All right, so this is episode 3 of my podcast. It's been 2 weeks. I've been off. I've been pretty much doing whatever. What am I gonna say about that? I mean, I fucked around. Hey, Snip.
Were you gonna finger my butthole?
God damn it, Snip! You can't just come in here and say that, man. I'm live now. I just went live, and the first thing you say was that. Come on. I know, but anyway. So, I've just been fucking around and playing Mario Party nonstop, and I streamed some a few weeks ago before I went on a little 2-week break. Just because I was ordering a lot of stuff. I built a new computer, got another desk, etc., etc. I've just been enjoying the downtime pretty much. But these last 2 weeks have been quite interesting with the Nintendo leak and Billy Mitchell's lawsuits. He's been handing them out like fucking candy at Halloween. It's pretty ridiculous. So I was going to spend maybe, I would say 30 minutes talking about the leak, my opinions on that, and then maybe 20 minutes about the legal options that Mitchell has enforced. But that's pretty much what I got today. So Snip, what are you doing here? May I ask?
I came here to talk about it.
All right, so give me your opinion on the Nintendo leak.
I think it's pretty awesome.
Well, of course. I mean, the guy who he got arrested had his house broken into for leaking it, but like, it would have never have happened if he never uploaded it online or went to like, I think it was either 4chan or Reddit. I don't remember which one it was, but will you do a Barbie NES Let's Play, please? No, I'm not doing a Barbie NES Let's Play.
Oh, why not?
I don't want to play a fucking Barbie game, okay? I think it'd be funny. I would do it for the meme. I'll do it for the meme. I'll do it for my birthday. How about that? My birthday's in a couple weeks.
Alright, that's perfect.
I don't remember seeing a door inside your studio. Are you sitting at a different angle? Yes. I originally had this whole computer rig over here. I moved it this way because this room is like a 4x5 foot room. So I have more depth this way. I have an extra foot. But I didn't like the door in the background, pretty much. Yeah, so I changed that too over the weekend. I forgot I did that. Snipman is impossible to hear. Oh. Let me...
Yay.
Speak again, Snip.
Hell yeah, man. Always.
Alright, there we go. I'm going to turn you up to about here. I don't know. Maybe it was just an audio issue.
Who knows?
I got you up now. But what I was more interested in seeing, and you'll probably agree with me, what I've looked around on multiple different news articles online, and so far, I found a couple that said that the leak is fake. I'm like, what the fuck? That don't sound right. Then I found a couple, and as well as some other random YouTubers doing the same thing, like, oh, talking about the leak and blah, blah, blah. And then I found one interesting article that showed that it might have been real, which was, it had 2 videos. One was, it was like a tech demo with like a little Mario cube morphing around into a spear showing off the graphical effects. Why am I in offline state on Discord? I just realized that. So I looked at that, and then there was a thing below it that showed like this little 3D maze character walking around, and then it was like an unreleased game. What I'm more disappointed by, no evidence or any test demos of the disk drive.
Yeah.
I wanted evidence of the disk drive. I would have taken the abandoned Zelda Euro project before they split ways. I would have liked like an alpha copy of that build. I would take that and I would modify the shit out of it all day. I'd try to finish that game. I would take the materials from Z64, the guy who's trying to do another Euro, like the project. The restoration project. I would fucking get the models and shit and all the concept ideas that he made up, and I'd put them into that fucking alpha build and try to finish the game myself. I would, endorse it. I'd fucking open a Patreon. I would do whatever I had to bring on like actual programmers for it, and I'd see it completed. Because that's how much I loved Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, to the point where I want to see a combo game.
Yeah, me too.
Because they were originally supposed to be the same game, like two pieces together. Do you
Yeah.
know how big Ocarina would have been with masks?
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, think about it. You got Goron mask, Sora mask. I mean, they were in the game. They didn't do anything.
They were. Yeah.
Could you imagine being a Zora and going up, what is it? The Gerudo Valley, the waterfall, and just like, swimming up it and going all the way down?
Yeah.
Dope.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Fucking dope.
Now you can do that in Breath of the Wild though.
True. But that would have been just the extra dope on top. I mean, the other games that they found, and it's weird, they're hacking a Wii and going through those servers to get that shit. It's just like, really? That's how they're getting that shit, is through an old Nintendo Wii? I have an old Nintendo Wii that I sold literally a few weeks ago. And to think that they were able to jailbreak the servers, go in and find all that information, it's fucking nuts. I mean, I've heard people go to like the Nintendo E3 like public tech demos where they're showing off like, say, like maybe 8 computers are rigged up with their consoles and they're showing it off, and people have like put in a USB port and like quickly ripped the code out without a rep looking.
Yep.
They would have had a lot more Zora areas, water areas. Yeah, they would have also had the there was the Undercroft in Zora's Domain in Ocarina that leads to nothing. It's a dead end, but it's obviously intended to be an entrance to something. There is that open exit above Zora's Domain, where Jabu is. The one that's like up on the mountainside. It's supposed to be like apparently the entrance to Sky Temple. That never happened.
Man.
That never happened.
Yeah.
There's a couple oddities in certain spots that have geometry that shouldn't exist. One particular one is the top left corner of Hyrule Field in Ocarina. It's just like there's like a little moat, and then it's just there's nothing there. Originally, there was supposed to be an entrance there to something. I just don't remember what. I think it was supposed to be another route going into Gerudo Valley that was more dangerous and had a side town to it. But it was scrapped because not enough space. Do you know how interesting it would have been to see a little valley going into, actual Gerudo Valley with the waterfall going down? Because, I mean, there's entrance data for waterfalls in Zora's Domain to leave outside the waterfall. There could be one in Gerudo Valley. It'd be easy to program. So, yeah, that was another scrapped area. I would love to see that again, but unfortunately, still not enough. I don't support the randomizers either that we have built, because we have these people that write the randomizer code but then think that they've built the whole fucking new game. That they've become so arrogant and full of themselves that they're these top dildo creators that they think they get video games and they're top shit. Like the Mafia. And I look at these people and I see them as the smallest fucking individuals I've ever seen. There are some randomizer creators, particularly Zelda 2 randomizer creator, Dig Shake. The guy's nice. He's not full of himself. He made what he made. He's happy with it. That's the kind of guy you want making shit. You don't want some asshole, basically, running shit. And thinking that he's, top of the line, everything. Because then you just get people that don't know what the fuck they're doing. And then they think they're top shit. A lot of the people that write the randomizers are at risk for a lawsuit from Nintendo. And they don't know that either. And that's screwed. And it's not just Nintendo either. Any of the randomizers, like, say, the Final Fantasy 1 randomizer, I played it a few weeks ago. DM Stewart showed me. I liked it. It got me into Final Fantasy 1. And unfortunately, that's something Square Enix could go after the creator and say, hey, look, we're going to issue a cease and desist here to remove everything related to the randomizer. And, like, they could go after Twitch, say, hey, you got a reversed engineered copy of our game out here. We're not allowing it. But right now it's being allowed it because, again, use. I don't, when it comes to the Ocarina of Time randomizer, I don't approve of that either. I look at that and I just see a mess. It's like you got Triforce Hunt, you got all these little options. It sounds fun and it's great on paper, but when you get to the logistics, if it's legal or not, it then comes down to even if downloading a ROM is fucking legal. ROMs aren't legal, so technically we're all breaking the law when we put a ROM through, a randomizer, and then we're breaking copyright law in addition by reverse engineering a product that's technically not even ours. I mean,
I own the game.
I own the game too, but it wouldn't matter. In the legal world, you're reverse modifying their game. If you've ever opened up Grand Theft Auto 5 and you've seen that huge fucking wall of text, this is, do not reverse engineer copy our game, blah, 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 subpoena, lawsuits, fines, etc., perjury, whatever. Have you ever seen how long that thing is?
No.
And people still do it. Shit does happen. It's fucked, but don't you play OOT random?
Does that mean modding's not okay then?
Technically, it's not. So, like, for example, the boards that we've been doing for Mario Party 3, the board that I'm modifying, or my Zelda 2 ROM hack that I've been graphically editing and working out, that's not allowed either. To answer Dan T, don't you play Ocarina of Time Rando? I love Ocarina of Time Rando. But
I do too.
I don't like the creator. The creator's a dick. I've already called him a bitch right to his face. Because he's acted like a dick to his volunteers. Constantly. A lot of the volunteers have trash-talked him for it. And a lot of the times, the volunteers have turned around and saved his fucking restreams. And it's the same guy who runs Zelda speedruns. And I don't like him. He's just an asshole. But yeah, he's kind of the guy that plays favoritism. And I don't do that. And that's just one thing that I just won't get along with him for. I mean, I like legally it's not okay, but copyright laws are bullshit. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know why that was fucking censored, but copyright laws. Let me talk about them. Fair use has not been a concept on YouTube ever. It's not followed. Trademark laws are not followed on YouTube. Copyright laws aren't even properly followed on YouTube either.
YouTube's a fucking shit
they
show.
haven't enforced any of that shit for the last 8 years. On pen and paper,
Yeah.
it's all behind networks. If you get a network deal, you sign up with them, they'll have YouTube reps, they protect all your copyrighted content. So you're getting paid to steal content that's within a thin line, and the networks protect you. That's how YouTube works. It's a fucking TV show. It's like running a TV network, like a food network in real life.
Yeah, man.
It's like, oh, am I allowed to show off a Powerade product? Am I allowed to go on, a food network? It's like, hey, guys, drink Powerade. I could get sued for that, for doing just that.
Yeah.
It's fucking insanity, the law. But when you want to create content, in order to even do it, you would need to go out of your way, get a trademark, obtain things, create your own fucking platform, and deal with all that stuff. And then you can do whatever you want at that point, within, the borders of whatever product you have and can work with. Like right now, I'm scared to even hold this Red Bull can. I mean, Red Bull come after me, but then, I don't know. I mean, Red Bull might just say, hey, he's a cool guy. Let's give him a share. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, they do it with YouTubers. I mean, that's pretty much it. It's everyone that is a millennial. And some very few Generation X. Generation Z kids, and I've heard this term very recently. Apparently, the terminology has been used as of the Wuhan virus. So basically, last December. Have you ever heard of Generation Z, Snip?
Zoomers?
Zoomers. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I've never heard of the fucking term Generation Z until I read it in an article literally today.
I think I'm technically one.
Yeah.
Depending on where you, yeah.
If you're between the ages of 6 and 21, that is a Gen Z. I am not. I am close to a Gen X. Although I am stuck in millennial level. I feel like I'm old as fuck, though. I really do.
Yeah.
But back to the Nintendo leak. There was nothing else, was there? There wasn't anything about Animal Crossing or any Pokemon game, anything of significance. I'm more curious, talking about Nintendo's leaks and such. Gen Z has been used for years. I think it's been used since 2016, but I've never seen the word commonly used in an article. Or online written, it seems weird. With Pokemon Go, when that first came out, was that done with a bunch of fan people?
I have no idea.
Because I feel like that fandom kicked off on its own when there was other GPS-like games. You know, like, I didn't ever see anything remotely interesting about those games, but, you know, somehow they got popular. To me,
Yeah,
Gen Z
Pokemon.
is 6 to 19. Gen Z is 6 to 21. It's been confirmed by Google research. I double-checked it earlier, just because I had no idea what the fuck Gen Z even was. I was like, what the hell? I thought I was reading out the word Genji from Overwatch, the trash video action figure game that's not an FPS, you know? But what do I know? But do you know anything else about the Nintendo leak, Snip? Do you wanted to give your opinion on, like, what games you wanted to see?
Yeah, man. Like the thing I've heard about it and that I care the most about it right now is the Super Mario 64 stuff, like the source code and the PC port.
Oh yeah,
It's pretty
definitely.
awesome.
The disk drive Super Mario 64 would have been interesting.
Yeah, man.
That would
Disk
have
drive
blown
would have been really
minds.
interesting.
Here's the thing, like, Nintendo had the Super Nintendo Classic, the Nintendo Classic, but then they refused to do the N64 Classic, didn't they? Did
Yeah,
they
man.
ever make? They never made that, right?
Nope.
And it's begging the question now, like, can we get, you know, a disk drive Classic,
Dude,
and
what if
them
they
to
do
bring
an
those games
N64
back,
Classic and then they have a that has like the
and
disc
they
drive
bring those games
add-on?
back specifically targeting the millennials and Gen Xers,
Yeah. They bring back the canceled games and shit, and boom, right on there.
and
Like
do it
they
in the
did it with Star
same
Fox.
style,
Dude,
same
they
format.
they did it with Star Fox 2 on the SNES. That game was fucking scrapped.
It was
I mean,
scrapped, but when they brought it
was
back, it
kind of
was fucking
shit,
amazing.
but then but yeah, so like it totally is possible, and it'd be awesome.
I I would still like to see Zelda Yura come back, but it's depressing to find out that there's no files, or at least nothing publicly notable. I mean, there has
Yeah,
been
man.
multiple those disk drive floppy disks that have been floating around. A couple of them I've seen online. There's a few videos where some of the carts or the floppy disks have been like a solid like sports blue, and it's
Yeah.
supposed to be like a testing unit
Uh-huh.
from Nintendo's testers. And it's just like, why couldn't we? Why is there no Zelda Yura floating around? Like, that's what's confused me the most. Disk drive was in development. The games read the disk drive stuff. It's in the game files for Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask that there is in fact a disk drive option. Even with the file select menu, you could have disk drive tagged to your save file. Although it won't load, it'll crash.
Yeah.
So they programmed those two games with the disk drive stuff already like ready. But then where's the file? Where's the actual disk drive prototype? I feel like that shit is locked up tighter than anything you could possibly imagine and has not been seen, used, or thought of since its creation. Probably because it might look horrible to someone, though, but it's, you know, it's about high time that kind of thing got out. I want to see it. I don't care if it's absolute shit. I don't care. You know that Sonic commercial I got sent the other day with like Sonic. It was Knuckles doing baseball, and it's all the characters were all 3D models were rewritten
Oh yeah.
and not ported over. I don't care if it's that bad a quality.
Mm-hmm.
I'll still play it.
Yeah.
I'll play it. A bunch of modders will grab it, work on improving it, and there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't even like the pause menu in Ocarina of Time. Do you know that? I don't like the way it lays out.
It's slow.
It's not just slow, it's just for every Zelda game prior, there's nothing like it. Most of the Zelda games, you'll press start and you press up. The only game that comes close was Link to the Past, and I feel like they just did the same thing. They kind of copied over from Link to the Past, but you look at the way the menu operates, yeah, it is sort of slow, but it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like it was supposed to be the full thing. And with the D-pad, with the randomizer, it brings the D-pad features because it never used the D-pad. That should have been a thing from the start, and they put it in the 3DS.
I agree.
So the D-pad was never mapped to anything, but they programmed the disk drive stuff and released that. This is making me question, right? And this is what I think. I think the disk drive was supposed to have those D-pad features. But since it was scrapped, it was ripped out.
Yeah, I could see that.
There's probably a lot of things that were probably scrapped, like extra fairy fountains. There is code for colored gauntlets in the game.
Well, can't you pick up the through some glitch? You could pick up green.
Yeah, it's called RBA, and I can show you that later on tonight.
Yeah.
I'll show you RBA. It's very interesting. Fozzie's talked about it. Fozzie knows probably about the same as I do. The way RBA works is you would have 0 deku sticks on you, become an adult, steal the fishing rod through the glitch. If you don't know how to do it, you would press A upon trying to swim down and pop up, and you'll throw the rod. You'll throw your lure, but you'll be able to walk around. Then you go to the door and you escape. And from there, you dip yourself into the water, come out, press start, press B, and save. And then you'll have deku sticks on B. Pressing B without deku sticks crashes your game, but you can RBA. You can put a bottle on B. Putting a bottle on B deletes any item that you're putting over that. Kind of like bottle duping. It's very unique. Bottle duping you could do with just a bottle. And you could dupe all your items in the bottles and basically soft lock your game forever. Because you can't continue without frickin' story items. So like, oh, okay, I'm gonna bottle dupe over my boomerang, slingshot, deku sticks, and megaton hammer, and fairy bow.
Oh boy, no, yeah.
And then you're just fucked at that point. Although if you have the magic arrows, you might be able to continue, but I don't know how far. But there's a lot of different things you could do with that. Aaron, I remember playing Ocarina of Time with my friend through an emulator 10 years ago via MSN Chat, the good old days. MSN Chat had Ocarina of Time. That was an IM program. The emulators for Project 64 have aged well. They sucked at the start. I don't like the current Project 64s. A lot of them are really jank. The most recent one eliminates some of the previous stuff. Like, I liked the texture hacking. You could actually dump the textures of games into a folder, and then you could re-upload them and texture hack your own game.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting. The first thing I did was I took the sign in, what is it? Lon Lon Ranch. You know the sign above Malon's house?
Yeah.
It says like XXX?
Yep.
I changed that to just straight up say sex.
Nice.
Because it's all one graphic. I did it as a joke. And I did a few other things. I modified Epona. Gave Epona a graphical update. I turned...
You ever a gaping vagina?
Sure, why not? I gave just about every little thing in that game something interesting. I changed the textures for the pots, the grass.
Yeah.
I changed the coloration of the ground. I went all out. I basically turned it into like a snow variant of Zelda, like a Christmas special. And I had fun doing it.
Okay.
I had fun doing it, and I never released it. It's still on my external on the floor right now next to me. And
release it now.
I don't know if I want to. I like having... See, I like having a lot of projects that I have just unreleased and continue to work on them until I feel like they're releasable. You know, like my Sans hack for Zelda 2. Like, I have it done, but I could touch it up a little better before I say it's complete, you know? But,
Sure.
I do intend on making a Zelda 2 ROM hack sooner or later. I'm still working on the overworld. It's kind of interesting. But in a couple minutes here, I was going to switch over to talking about Billy Mitchell's lawsuits and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure you have no idea about that, right, Snip? Alrighty.
I know a little bit. I've heard of it, but that's about it.
So basically, Billy Mitchell, well-known Donkey Kong gamer, was premiered in King of Kong, was proven to be cheating. Apparently, the video that was submitted for his record was of emulation of MAME, and there's been no way to basically reproduce the effect that has been found And it's been found that the footage that was submitted was MAME and not original console, and because of that, they disqualified him and removed his records. And there's a few other things that was leading to him looking like a cheater, but then a year down the line, you know, with much respect, and this is hard to do, especially at his age, he's around 40, he's in his 40s or 50s if I'm not mistaken, he basically went back, played Donkey Kong, and got the score on Twitch.
Yeah.
As someone who's, you know, in their 40s and 50s, you know, married with kids, and you're going back to play an old game that you kicked ass in, and you're able to get the record again, that's pretty good. You know, with at 20, I'm 28 in a few weeks. I'm going to be 28. I'm already feeling like my reaction time and my press is slowing down. Like when we play Mario Party, the demolition game, the domination one with the thumps,
Yeah.
I can't spam A as much anymore.
Yeah.
I got an original N64 controller here, and I can't spam A. Not as fast anymore. I used to be able to just tap it within, like, get 150 taps in a minute. I can't do that anymore. I'm getting old. Reaction times and speed slowing down. Eventually, I may not even be able to do my hit list run, you know, not getting hit at all.
Yeah.
The damageless one. I want to be able to, you know, to reproduce that on stream. I've done it once, and the footage corrupted in pieces. You're turning 28? Yeah, I'm turning 28 on the 26th. So in a few days. And you know what sucks? I had my vacation planned for April, late April. Governor Phil Murphy of New Jersey canceled everything and said we're closing all the beaches. A couple days ago, he announced, after April had gone all the way through, oh, we're going to keep everything closed for an additional month of May. I was supposed to go on vacation in a couple of weeks, right after my birthday. Fuck Phil Murphy. I mean, that's just my 2 cents on the guy. The guy's a dick. I don't care about the public health concerns. I would rather have coronavirus go back to work and be immune to it. I know people who are already immune to it. I've known people who've already gotten sick from it that are in their 50s and lived. Hell, one of them's in our Discord server. It's not surprising.
It affects everyone differently, though, so, like, you know.
My brother's had swine flu. I didn't get it. I was never good at pressing A repeatedly. Ever. Not even as a child. My reaction time is garbage at 20. I mean, how many A presses could I do in a solid minute on this controller? I don't sound like I'm doing it that fast, but I'm trying. That's not good. I could do much faster than that in my youth. I remember when I had a Game Boy Color and I was catching Pokemon, I would spam the hell out of the A button when attacking. Just to get the extra damage boost. You know, some people held it, some people spammed A to do more damage on the Game Boy. I spammed it so hard that eventually I had to get a new Game Boy Color because I broke the A button. Spamming it so hard. It still worked. The membrane was good. The A button just stopped working.
Wow, man.
Have you tried using your index finger? I mean, it's the same deal. It's just my reaction time with my elbow. You know, going down to press it, it's just not as fast anymore. I mean, if I had to give a number on when reaction time and your age starts to decrease, I'm going to say 26. 26 is when you start to feel it. You know, mental state and everything else. Like, as a gamer, I'm not as fast anymore. I used to be able to run games in a fucking blink of an eye. Hell, I could get through half the Sans fight blindfolded. I used to be able to do that. The first 5 minutes of Sans fight, which is like 14 turns or something like that, and then that's it. Because I'm obviously not beating Sans completely blindfolded. That's just fucking insanity. If anybody got that, they should get $1 million from Toby. I can only do 11 inputs a second, even with index finger. That's still pretty impressive. So it is at 29 minutes. So Snip, did you want to conclude anything about the Nintendo leak? Or give your opinion on what you'd hoped to have seen?
Man, yeah, I do wish it was the same as you. We saw some Zelda or Euro stuff, but you know, I'm okay with what we got, and like, I'm sure there will be another leak someday. There always will. There always has seemed to be.
Well, happy early birthday, Aaron. I keep forgetting
Uh,
every other year, as one of my fans, you've always had like near the same birthday, 10 days off from me. I always forget every year. It's like, wait a second. Every year I have a couple fans that have like a few days off from my birthday. I forgot today was Mother's Day. That's how bad of a son I am.
damn, bro.
Yeah. Then again, she woke me up with a phone call screaming, "Why didn't you wish me Mother's Day?" And I only got 4 hours of sleep because, you know me, Snip. I'm up to about 6 in the morning playing video games.
I don't know that.
But then I get a call at like say 11 o'clock, and I go screaming. And then I drive up to my mother's house, and I go in, and I go, "What the fuck did you wake me for?" And then I forgot I had a Mother's Day gift in the car. But I forgot Mother's Day. Even though I had a gift in my car just sitting there.
Damn.
Yeah, that's how busy I've been building shit. This room don't count. As much as I wish it would, but like, I mean, this room was a pain in the ass. I did have to fix a couple pipes in here, but most of them are electrical pipes. Even this one here is an electrical pipe. It's a PVC pipe with a copper wiring running through it with a few other things, but it's just running into the floor, which runs out to a few of the fucking connectors. I don't know why they wired this house like this. I forgot today was Mother's Day too. I realized because of a TV ad. So the way I found out it was Mother's Day, and this is a true story, on Final Fantasy XIV, my free company had a nice chat to where one of the guys was like, "Hey, tomorrow," they did it in caps, and it was fucking hilarious. "Hey, tomorrow is Mother's Day. Wish your mom, a happy Mother's Day. If you don't have a mom, call up a MILF." I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, this game, you can't curse or say anything sexual in the chat, and my free company doesn't give a shit. I don't even own the company. It's like a guild or a clan. They don't even care. They're just gonna say it in all caps. I'm just like, what the fuck? And then I look at the free company's Discord, and they're saying the same thing. I'm just like, why? It's like, Jesus Christ.
You ought to call up the hot single MILFs in your area. Wish them a happy Mother's Day.
All right, so we're halfway. I'm gonna start talking about the Billy Mitchell topic. I do have a little message that I got from someone. I'm not gonna say their name because they're not here, but Billy Mitchell has filed lawsuits against Twin Galaxies. He's filed one against a guy named Jeremy Young, who gathered the information to open up the dispute against Billy Mitchell's Donkey Kong scores. So Jeremy Young is, I believe that's Starcry Tass, if I'm not mistaken. I've talked to him before. I think that might be Starcry Tass. It's been an awful while, but most of the information did come from Wes Copeland. And again, these guys that I'm talking about are really well-known gamers back in the day. I'm talking about like arcade game times. This is like some Gen X type shit. This is older than I am. When like all this shit was going down and Billy Mitchell was finally the guy making money in his 30s, I was like, fresh out of high school, probably 19. That's how young I was. I was still trying to, build relations and do things, and look where the fuck I am. Another guy that owns a Donkey Kong forum, some old nerd who lives in Alaska, he's getting sued as well. Dwayne Richards, the Canadian video game player. Apollo Legend, who I recently left his Discord server just because of, not with just the lawsuit that was against him. He was, Apollo was recently doxxed somewhat. Not directly, but it was over Twitter, and it happened like last December. And he and a few others have been like under some weird scope. Like some people have been out for them. I'm not entirely against them. I mean, I've told them I'm leaving the server. If you need anything, just message me. But I had, I guess, a falling out with him because he was friends with the owner of Zelda Speedruns, and I didn't give a shit. I think the guy is an asshole, but I don't think Apollo's an asshole. So much love and care, but other than that, I'm not gonna get into that. But the lawsuit, you know, he wants $1 million, which is basically his entire net worth. And because his entire net worth revolves around, you know, that score, and people have quote-unquote proved it wrong. Let me talk about the proof. The proof was the girder finger from MAME. Let me actually post in here in general real quick on my server. Excuse the loud typing. So, are you seriously, Snip, you changed your Discord nickname?
What are you talking about?
I'm not reading that out loud. You know what? Read it out loud, please, by all means.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, oh, whatever. But anyway.
You scared of Scooby Vor aficionado?
Sure. I don't care for the name. There's no rules like that on this server yet. But Billy Mitchell, the whole evidence package was the girder finger for MAME didn't match up with his record. The other one was a board swap tape, which, you know, it showed that the board that was being taken out of a cabinet was a Donkey Kong Jr. board, and it had the same design and the same things. Something wrong with the stream? No. I don't know why I snip. Oh, I don't know what that was about. But anyway, the evidence was pretty much the same. Like, the video for the board swap basically shows that, oh yeah, it's a Donkey Kong board, or it's a Junior board, it's not Donkey Kong, and they were passing it off as one, and it was kind of weird. What's going on? Snip?
What? What's up?
Oh. Hi, Oliver. I'm Zybex. Oh, hey, Zybex. So, that board swap video. It was a really weird video because in the background, and no one has specified this anywhere, about that video, there is a laptop that is off to the side next to the cabinet. And you can see it kind of dimmed on, lighting up. And Billy Mitchell has claimed that that laptop has been missing and it holds the footage to the original film. But they claim that the board that was taken out was a Donkey Kong board. But it visually looks like a Donkey Kong Jr. board. Now, you can flash a board. Flashing is possible. You could flash a ROM onto anything. Damon Stewart, you did an interview with crazy ass Rudy Ferretti and Rudy Ferretti sucks at video game and nobody gaming at all. Damon, I'm not talking about Ferretti right now. I'm talking about Billy Mitchell. But anyway, that video in particular, I always found it very weird how, you know, at that point and at that age, Billy Mitchell would have a lot of money. He'd have a few 100,000. He'd probably have maybe 10,000, 20,000, like 6 digits rolling around in his pocket. Now, how could you lose the laptop but then hold a press release? And I'll get to this later. But you could easily flash that board. You can flash a ROM or a video game cart. People do it with the EverDrives, right? So, when it comes down to that, if only I can hear the podcast going on. Oh, whatever, sniper. So, with all that said...
Wow, that was funny.
What?
Just disregarded him so quickly.
Hey, I'm used to disregarding everything. It's better to not care. It's better to not care at all. Because, welcome to reality. But anyway, between the girder finger and that, I still don't think that is enough evidence to claim that it's cheated. What I will consider as evidence, and this is going to sound crazy, 2010 Big Bang was an event where Billy Mitchell held a press release. And this is why I say that this is what I feel is evidence. Guy named Roy Schultz, a.k.a. Mr. Awesome. I'd love to talk to this guy. If I can get a hold of him, get him on here, maybe next episode, next week, that'd be fucking sick. When Billy Mitchell had his press release, he already had issues of magazines explaining his top scores already printed out before even announcing it anywhere. Which was really odd, because why would you do that? Then, the press release comes up. Roy's in the background, and out of all the videos I've seen online, there's only been one that I found, and it's completely gone. It was uploaded by Zelnia. I can't find it anymore. But that video has Roy Schultz just basically saying, "Oh, why did you do this? Why didn't you do this sooner? Why didn't you announce it? Why didn't you say there was a public show? What was going on?" And Billy just gets up and he looks away and walks off. And it wasn't even that Roy Schultz was being a dick. He wasn't being rude and cursy. He was asking questions, and then he's like, "Wow, so much for a video game legend," and he just mocks him walking away. That's like admission of guilt almost. Like, I mean, I get it. He's just a fan. Maybe that's how Billy would have viewed that, but why not answer it? You know? And then when it comes down to these current lawsuits, like, $1 million, you may not get that from Apollo. Let me just be clear. You might get whatever amount that he could probably afford at most within a set period of time, maybe 3 or 5 years. And I don't think it's going to be much. I don't think he'd be getting $1 million. In addition to that, yeah, there is legal damages. There has been defamation and such. It has damaged his financial value. It has damaged his net worth. I don't think it's appropriate to go after the entire net worth on just one person. There's a lot of elements leading up to this. I'm completely for Billy. You know, I mean, I don't want to see somebody who's based this entire career and a legend around, you know, bullshit and lies. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. But it's not... How do I put this? Nowadays, most people who are Gen Z, and you know, maybe some millennials, they don't get the concept that even if you tell the truth in court, that the court's not going to charge you anything. Because A, you're wasting their time. B, they don't care about true or false. C, they get up in the morning to sit in the fucking judge chair, or, you know, represent you, or, you know, another public defender come in. They're going there to get paid. They're not coming there to sit here and listen about, oh, he cheated in this video game and he's earned millions of dollars off it. It doesn't fucking matter. They want money from your case regardless. Now, what would have been more legally terrifying, and this would have completely cemented Billy's case, is if Billy issued a cease and desist and an order to remove all content and sent that out to Apollo. Apollo would be legally fucked if he denied that. Just legally screwed. Denying a cease and desist can get you a higher order, no matter what. And most of the time, that higher order usually results in an arrest. Most of the time, anyway. If you're damaging someone's property, if you're on their property fucking around, let's say you've asked somebody repeatedly to get the hell off your lawn. Let's say they're coming by your house every day. They're having their dog take a crap on your lawn. Well, you issue them and warn them repeatedly to stop. You issue them a cease and desist, and then if it gets to that point, I don't know, but you probably won't get something as that tiny for, you know, a dog crapping on your lawn, unfortunately. But when it comes to the case of a high amount of money, you can kind of bet that, yeah, cops will definitely come. Orders will definitely be written up, and courts will get their money. That's how the law is. It's corrupt. But, I mean, do I worry, or am I against Apollo, or, you know, any of the people I've mentioned, Wes Copeland, Jeremy Young, who else? I mean, there's been plenty of others that have received this lawsuit. Dwayne Richards, which I wanted to talk to Dwayne a few months back, and he was completely against it. I think Dave Hoxett and a few others that are in the, what is it? a few others in Twin Galaxies are also receiving the same lawsuit. And Twin Galaxies doesn't have the best rep that I've ever seen. It's like probably the worst one I've seen yet. It could have been better. Jace Hall's running it well. I mean, the fact that I, spent probably a couple of days researching the ownership. Like, the ownership of Twin Galaxies has passed along the weirdest route ever. And the route kind of gets all fucked up with Richie Knuckles from there on. Because I have no idea, like, truly what the fuck happened, what kind of deal and ownership happened. One of the owners ended up dying and ownership transferred to someone else. That's how fucked it was. And there's no written evidence of anything anywhere. For all I know, somebody just took the code, the web login, and said, fuck it, I'm taking it. And that's that. We don't know. But again, like, you can't file multiple lawsuits against multiple people, not issue some kind of legal order through an attorney, and then expect that to not backfire. Because he would have had a much more solid case, and I'm speaking this from an attorney, a paralegal. I used to be an intern. I don't even know what attorney or what legal team Billy Mitchell has hired, but I'm specifying here now on live stream. Maybe if Billy's listening, or maybe if Apollo's listening, or whoever, maybe it's Jeremy Young, or whoever I'm representing. Beware of a cease and desist, because that is the strongest fucking order you can hand out. That is like the final middle finger, stop, leave me the fuck alone order that you give out. And if they ignore it and don't follow the terms and sign on it, whether it be through email or actual paperwork, you should still check off on it, because you could get screwed down the line. It don't even need an attorney's signature on it. You could get an attorney's signature and, make it even stronger and show that, hey, this is the guy who's going to take you to court and screw you over. Like, I don't do that because I don't want to put that on that lawyer. I try to handle my things in my own terms. I have my own lawyers. I have trademark attorneys. I have what I have. But when it comes down to the simple matter of, hey, I'm going to sue you for $1 million because you defame me and you hurt my image, and that's my net worth, and, I factually proved that I did what I did because I did it on Twitch, that makes it a really hard case. Now, I don't know why he would post a 90-page document publicly and say that this was the reason he got this. That's a lot of evidence. That's kind of weird. But I don't think the board swap video or the finger girder is enough for Twin Galaxies to make that kind of determination, that solid determination that Jace Hall had made and said, hey, look, I ran it through every converter. It's not possible to film the way you did, not through MAME. I can't do it. Your record's off. I don't know. Did Jace Hall really try every single method? Was the board really that bored? I don't know. Has it been verified from another party that, Billy Mitchell has said that the board swap video, that the board was actually Donkey Kong and not Junior? Or has he specified that it was a Junior board? I don't know. If I found out through this speculation right now, would my opinion of this matter change? Not by much. But I'm just going to specify here live that I think Apollo Legend, Jeremy Young, Richard Dwayne, some members of Twin Galaxies, most of the guys are actually sort of screwed. If you have a decent chunk of money, like put away, like from a career choice job, I would start like investing in other options. Possibly moving to avoid that lawsuit. I mean, I don't really want to say, hey, run. But, again, keep your options open and, look out for yourself. Because even if you can solid prove someone lying a video game record, you need to stop and look at the financial dispute to it. I don't know. I think that was my 2 cents on the matter. I wanted to describe that as best as I could. So, Snip, are you here?
Yeah, man, I've been listening.
Alright, so what do you think of that?
I didn't listen very well.
Good for you. That's not to be
But,
expected. Maybe I can get Data God to show up. Be interesting. Give me 1 second. But to talk about Rudy Ferretti, Damon, I interviewed him to hear the unbiased opinion of someone who's been completely banned from the community. Because when you go to a person who gets banned from a community, they'll be more than willing to tell you all the backroom shit. It's true. No matter what community you go to, it always works. And I'm not trying to be, manipulate information. I just wanted the actual information. Yeah, Snip is doing his job well. He does nothing. That's the job of everyone. Yeah, ask Data God if he wants to pop in here. Give his 10 cents. Well, not his 10 cents, but maybe I would say a nickel? Maybe a quarter. I don't know.
his 5 cents, huh?
You know, what if there was a $3 bill?
I have a fake $3 bill.
Why?
You want to see it?
Why? Sure.
It was my grandpa's, and I don't know. He had it from a joke store or something. I don't know.
That's actually relatively funny.
Yeah, I gotta grab it.
I'm it doesn't make any sense. It would have made more sense if Billy Mitchell had ordered cease and desist orders and removal of content that damaged his image further, and then followed up by expecting him to back down. Having Apollo back down would have been a strong case for him, so it doesn't make any sense. Unless he thinks that he won't, because if he didn't, you're guaranteed your net value. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going on through their minds. I kind of want to look up what legal team is representing him right now, but it's probably not publicly available. But, I don't need to look at any more content than I already have. I know enough from the legal field that some of the moves made are just complete shit. But, yeah. I do want to get back into uploading more content soon. It's just, I've been busy.
Finally, man.
3. An actual 3. Who is on the cover?
I have no idea.
Who the hell is that on the cover? It's a weird dollar bill, man. It's a weird fake dollar bill. I wonder if you could actually buy something with it and get away with it.
Maybe if someone's stupid enough.
Probably. But I might end this stream early if nobody wants to pop up in the next 7 minutes. This is an open Discord. This is an open podcast. Anyone is free to join it and give their 2 cents on the matter in my Discord server. Again, that's why Snip's here. And he's accountable to his own representation because he's here to say whatever he wants, right?
No. You've been giving me a script.
There's no script. Oh, come on. We're not doing this joke from last night.
I'm exposing this shit. No.
There's no fucking script. Jesus Christ. Load of shit.
Well, yeah, there is. Walk off stage.
Really?
Oh, whoops. I wasn't supposed to read that part.
Really? Oh,
Yeah, really. You're not supposed to read stage directions.
I almost want to grab Frico. If I grab Frico, old man Frico, things would get a little interesting tonight, but don't need that. Why does it keep saying on Discord that I keep disconnecting from online? That's a little fucking weird. Should open this door. Get some air, you know?
Yeah,
There's
it's
no
finally starting to cool down.
There's no AC in this room. This room hits 90. It's soundproof, but it hits 90 quick.
That sucks.
I have an Arctic unit in my room. I'm gonna bring it down. A little Arctic chill unit. One of those, as you see on TV things that has like a little ice cartridge you put down and it blows a fan of cold air. It's kind of sick.
Yeah.
Speaking of your content, did you ever get around to finish working on that independent video game? I think it was called Story of Ming with 8-Bit Blue Guy. So I wrote concept and digital artwork for the game. I never actually programmed the game. I was going to eventually consider hiring on someone to do something almost some kind of similar to I Want to Be the Guy, Mega Man, and Tower of Heaven mix. But I want it to be extremely story-based. I just didn't know how to approach it just yet. But then after playing Undertale, 2 years ago, now well, it was a year and a half, but now I really want it to be story-oriented, and now I really want to rework the story I had, so I haven't touched that in several months. Every so often I'll look at the folder and be like, do I want to work on this? Do I want to... And then I'll go in it and I'll mess with it. I've had to rename some of the characters for copyright reasons. One of the red characters was originally named Din for the goddess for fucking Zelda, so I can't exactly have one of the characters called Din as much as I wanted it to be Din. So again, that's another thing that I worked on. I have been working on MIDI music for it, but other than that, themes for every individual character and boss fight. Hint, hint, spoiler. But I've been more or less working on Final Fantasy, that Mario Party 3 board that Snip has been interested. Remember the one I was going to write the Undertale board?
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Write an entire genocide board.
I'm ready to see it.
Imagine the last 5 spaces, it's just all Kara. If anyone lands on it, everyone loses their stars and they start over.
Oh boy.
A full-on reset.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, is that possible with Mario Party 3 to reset everyone's stats?
I'm sure it is.
That's definitely something I'm going to look into. Just imagine Kara jump scare on Mario Party 3, and then you lose all your stars, all your coins for everyone. Everyone loses their shit, and they start over back at start. And it keeps the turn count.
That'd be funny.
Sniper's like, no. I'm like, yes. That sounds like fun. But, it's been about a solid hour. That was pretty much my podcast episode. I was originally going to do just one topic and talk only about Nintendo, but I did want to talk about the Billy Mitchell lawsuits, considering they're very recent, and I don't want to talk about them next week because they're not going to be relevant anymore. What I will say is a final word, a thing, and thought. To anybody who's going to go back, watch this, listen, maybe send this out, share this with whomever. Apollo Legend is in a serious amount of trouble, and he may just cough it off as like, this is nothing, and then go to YouTube and complain and, think that he's going to get off scot, but legally he's not in the clear at all. He is 60% likely to get screwed over by the courts. And that's fucked up. And it's not like I want to leave him high and dry, but, things are things. And, yeah, I'm not going to get into that. If he needs help, I'm more than here to listen, hear him out, and give him some ideas in terms of legal counsel, but that's about it. I mean, he's not in the clear at all. And neither of these other guys that I referenced earlier. Not Jeremy Young, who's Starcry Task. Not Snowflake. Not Wes Copeland. I think Steve Wiebe might have been one of them. I don't know if Steve Wiebe was issued one. The majority of Twin Galaxies and multiple others. I think the one who got the biggest lawsuit, if they did receive one, was definitely Catherine Tess, because it was found out, and this was admitted from a friend of Billy Mitchell's, that the document that was in Apollo Legends video came privately hacked from his email. So that hack was done by Catherine Tess, aka Catherine Despira. So I don't know the logistics behind any of that. Just seems like a bunch of bullshit at this point. So it's unfortunately going to be solved in court, and we're not going to see it, and we're not going to care about it over social media. So this is just going to be the last time I talk about this, because this whole thing is going to fall to irrelevancy, and I don't care anymore. But I will be looking at some of the records on Twin Galaxy still, because it's still an interesting shit show. And it's nice to see, you know, the inner workings of old arcade games, their records, and everything completely unbiased out in the open like a fucking jungle, and everyone being completely ridiculous. Well, that's just me. So, I'm out. And, Snip, thank you for staying here the entire time. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's not that long.
I mean, it's only an hour. I mean, I do these once a week. I took 2 weeks off to do whatever I had wanted during this, nice quote-unquote vacation from work, because everyone was laid off, but other than that, fuck.
Oh, yeah. I get it.
So, Snip, you ready to play Mario Party 4? The superior game? You know, manipulate RNG rolls?
I'm ready to come on your teeth.
Do you want to do nickname reversal? Where I pretend to be you and you pretend to be me?
That's a good way to whiten your teeth, is let me come on them.
Oh, yeah, hey. NPS, you missed the entire stream. Congratulations, you're finally here. I've been using this as a background noise.
Yeah.
I'm good background noise then. So today on background noise, let me talk to you about the ways of making spinach stay a lot healthier. And not, you know, turn to dust. Nah, I'm just fucking around. But yeah, this is the end of episode 3's bullshit podcast.
What a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, it is such bullshit. But I'm going to do another one next week, next Sunday, which is going to be on the 17th. So it's basically going to be the day after Aaron's birthday. And I am going to talk about... what am I going to talk about? I don't know yet. Something will come to mind. Maybe talk about the logistics. More like a podcast radio.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I should talk about
Everything.
soundproofing's a bitch. I should talk about soundproofing, how I did this room, but like that'd be obnoxious. Nobody would listen to that. I'll think of a topic. Maybe someone, if you're interested in hearing a topic, maybe you want to hear me rant about someone or talk about someone, you know, feel free to pop into my Discord, come into the general chat and say, hey Maris, do a podcast about this and give me the topic. Because most of the time I either hear a topic, interested in it, or someone tells me it. Whichever one comes first. I do know a couple people that did want to come in here, but they're busy. They're probably eating dinner because it is 10 o'clock, and that's how the show rolls. So, good night.
I need dinner.
You ate dinner.
I did not eat dinner.
Go eat dinner, Snip.